Hello and welcome to another edition in between the pages with James Lott Jr. I'm James Lott Jr. here on my network, JLJ Media. I'm the JLJ. Welcome to the network. We have lots of shows here for you to choose from. I like talking to music artists because I'm a recording artist myself. My new album's out right now and it's doing some whatever it's doing. But I have people who are also doing great music and doing unique things. And my guest today has a song out called Money Mission Part 2, and it's unplugged. Remember back in it was like the late 80s, early 90s, MTV was doing these unplugged things where it's basically a voice and a couple instruments, and that's it. This is what he does also. I'm going to play a part of it before we introduce him. I'll play a part of his song.
Oh no, my back's against the walls for my dog. I'm 10 toes down cause I'm still on a lonely mission. And I still got niggas trying to cloud my vision.
So that's a nice little taste of the song. I want you to go buy it or stream it, download it, whatever you need to do, give it to him. We're not going to play the whole thing for you. You got to make sure you go get it for him. Lyfe Harris is my guest. Hello, Lyfe.
What's up, boss? How you doing?
This song is really good.
Thank you, brother.
Love the guitar. I think it's such a great idea. So it's unique because, again, I was saying beforehand, in hip hop you don't hear a lot of acoustic stuff. We just don't hear a lot of it. What was your idea behind doing an acoustic version of the song?
I think just wanted to do something without a lot of bass, without a lot of drums, just something more of a live feel to it. Something just more focused a bit on the lyrics.
Yeah, and go ahead.
No, I just think like just giving it a different dynamic, a different feel. Like the same lyrics, everything, just kind of switching the energy a bit. I feel like it was just people are used to hearing me a certain way. So I felt like it was just cool to come from a different angle.
Yeah, because literally it's the same song as before. It's just done a little differently, but it has a whole different mood. It's a whole
Right.
It's played, at night. Maybe everybody's kind of lounging around. Maybe you're smoking a little something, who knows? Or you're just drinking a little something, who knows? And it could be by a pool, could be out in the wheel, wherever. I can see that being played. I can really see that being played and not having to be somewhere where you think you have to hear the song. Like this, I can see it being played in the background and just everybody just vibing on and kind of sitting back and going, okay.
Sure.
It's funny how songs can do that. It's funny how you just change the mood of the music and the song,
right.
You have a whole new song basically.
For sure.
And it's cool. But what came, but you just like, all of a sudden you're thinking one day, I'm going to do another version of this song. A lot of people do remixes and stuff like that, but you're like, no, I'm going to pare it down and do something. So that's what kind of came to you. It was like, I'm going to make a much just like slower version.
Yeah, I just think trying to make something that if anybody kind of missed the first one, they kind of couldn't connect to it. They didn't really understand maybe tempos too fast. Like if anything was kind of, wasn't their speed. It was just kind of trying to give them the exact opposite. So like, yeah, just give them more life to the record.
So what do you call your music? If somebody says, Lyfe, what kind of music do you do? So what do you say to them?
I guess it's R&B music. I guess it's like it's the different pockets within that. But yeah, I would say that's the genre.
Yeah, I can hear it. Best of all, in this unplugged version, you can totally hear the R&B. I mean, it's totally R&B. Who are some artists that influence you?
I never was like a big like artist influence person. I was more just influenced by just experience and life experience and different sports players and just like different things. Wasn't really too many artists like that.
Well, it's funny.
But
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say my brother like made music growing up. My dad made music growing up, so it was like that was kind of my first inspiration.
I think it's interesting. You go by Lyfe. Your name is Lyfe, and you said life experience is what infuses your music. That makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. And so you write your songs, correct?
Mm-hmm.
How do you get the inspiration? Like how they come together? I know they can come any direct. Sometimes a song come in pieces. Sometimes they come all in one, the dream. songs they come, you look at something. How do songs kind of come to you?
I think it's a lot of different ways, but I find mostly just obviously experience, but it may not be directly after experience. Sometimes it may be like months down the line, years down the line, just having those moments, just kind of sitting around and thinking about shit, and yeah, just try to translate it to record.
Do you write? Do you actually write, or do you use your phone? Like, you always ask me that question. Like, do you actually have a notebook, or do you write it in your phone notes, or how do you do it?
I do it like all types of different ways, really. However it comes to me, sometimes I might think so fast I can't really type it, so I might write something. Sometimes I don't type or write anything. Sometimes I might type some stuff. Like, it's just really all types of ways.
Do you ever like sing it or whatever into or hum it along into the recorder app or whatever? You go, I have this melody. You ever do that?
Yeah, for sure.
It's like, I always feel like it's divine intervention because, people like you who are creative, you get to express yourself through music. You get to say, you seriously have a way to find a way to get it out. Folks always have a way to get it out. Is there any subject off limits for you, or do you write from whatever you write?
Yeah, I mean, nothing's off limits. I think whatever I'm like comfortable, like I guess kind of when I make the records, I kind of like relive experience. So I kind of like I kind of get through the experience in a sense. So it's like whatever I'm comfortable like going through at the time. But yeah, nothing's really off limits, I think.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm kind of open to it. It's just a matter of what I'm like at a point of wanting to share with everybody else.
Do you remember the first song you wrote? Do you remember?
I don't.
I was thinking, but do you? So with that, because I know you probably write a lot of songs, so I just was curious. The question would be, do you see yourself getting better and better at that? Do you ever look back at some of your earlier songs and go, okay, I know what to do now, or like that's where I was then? I mean, do you ever look at that?
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
Yeah, totally,
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think
yeah, yeah, I definitely. I've listened back to things from years and years ago, and I think it's like it's important to sometimes just so you can like always remember the growth, even if you feel like you're not exactly where you want to be. I think it's always important to like recognize that process and the growth, for sure.
I agree with that. How do you stay motivated in the business? This is not so you have everybody understands that you make music and you want to do this, but it's a business, right? And so how do you stay motivated in this tough business of music?
I think I'm just motivated by life. I'm just like, yeah, I feel like I'm naturally motivated to just kind of keep pushing and just kind of keep focused on things. So I don't even really, it's never really been too much of an issue for me to keep focused or to, to stay too much inspired. So yeah, I feel like it's kind of like routine right now.
I would say probably it's who you are. Like that's just what you want to do. It's just like it's what you want to do. You found your purpose, so to speak, or calling, whatever words you want to use. You found it, and now you're in it. Like this is what I do. I create, and that's what I do. Correct? Am I close?
For sure.
Yeah.
Not for sure.
I figure. So this is what I do. Now I was reading somewhere that you are also trying to experiment. I mean, this is one project. You're trying to experiment with sounds and different things. Because I know right now, I mean, music it's everything. It's fluid. It's all you can throw this instrument in. It sounds like something totally different. What is this experimentation kind of doing for you? Are you really enjoying this, trying to discover different sounds for your music?
Yeah, I think it's important. It's like it kind of takes the fun out of it when you don't do that. So yeah, I'm just like playing with new tempos, playing with new instruments, playing with new pockets, and yeah, just having fun with stuff, really. Doing stuff that I feel like, different patterns and stuff that I feel like I've been wanting to do, been needing to do, but just haven't really dove into. So yeah, it's been fun.
How's it been during this strange time of pandemic and all that? Were you just busy at home creating last year, just all kinds of stuff? Were you kind of sitting back and seeing what was going on? Or like, how was it for you in the creative process?
Honestly, yeah, I was just creating. I wasn't really too focused on everything, like as far as the pandemic and everything that was going on was just such chaos that I wasn't even really focused on it. Just um yeah, just creating, figuring out what I wanted to do next, figuring out what I wanted to put out next, and just creating, writing, working on beats, producing.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm glad because some people they didn't do anything obviously last year, and they're kind of sitting back and waiting. But I know a lot of folks are out there they're trying to figure they had time now. They're at home. There was
Right,
nothing open. We were able to do nothing. We couldn't go nowhere. There was no touring. There was no stage. I mean, that must be
right.
crazy. So, are you looking forward to getting back on stage, doing stuff on stage? You know, I mean, well, hopefully.
Yeah, yeah. I was actually just talking about it earlier. I think that was another reason, like for the acoustic or the unplugged version, was just to, like, set the tone for what I wanted the live show to look like um moving forward. So yeah, I'm
That'd be
super
cool.
excited.
Hey, cool. Where'd you film that? It's a beautiful background. Is really I'm looking at it right now. It's beautiful over there. Where'd you film that? Or can you tell where you filmed that? Can you tell people where you filmed that?
It was in the valley somewhere.
Okay, I'm looking at it right now. So it's a nice little background.
Hmm.
There's a nice background over there. Yeah. No, I tell people now that music is very important, especially now. People need it. They take their mind off of what's going on. They need new music. So I'm glad you're to continue to put stuff. And this single came out just basically like a week ago, a little less than a week ago. It just came out. Um,
Hmm.
so what's the reception been like? People are liking it.
Yeah, it's been good. I think yeah, I think it let people see a bit of a different perspective. So I think it was cool. I think it was something they wanted to see, something they want some more of, for sure.
I'm gonna ask you, are we going to see some more unplugged stuff?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Sure, definitely have some more, for sure. Gotcha.
I did an album once with an orchestra, and
Mm.
I do spoken word. So one of my heroes is Gil Scott-Heron is one of my heroes.
Sick.
So I did it, but we recorded it live. So each song we
Mm.
recorded the orchestra behind me, and I will tell you, it was amazing to work with a live instrument and to do my words, my lyrics, just like in front of them. So I understand
Right.
it's a whole. I mean, even myself, I felt different as I was doing it. Then because also you go in the studio, record a piece of something, they do something, you piece it together. This was like, okay, James, from beginning to end, go.
Right.
And there's this whole thing behind you. Like you're sitting here, I'm seeing you sitting here, you have the guitar sitting right next to you. There's the guitar. It's like it's a whole new feel, isn't it? It's fun.
Right. Yeah, that's super dope.
It's
How many people was in the orchestra?
It was 20.
Oh, that's crazy.
It was great. It was crazy. We had a string section. We had bass, stand-up bass, cello, and then we had a couple. We had a drummer. It was a trip. It was a complete trip.
Sick.
To do it but we did it. We said we're gonna record it live, so it sounded like something like the old days. My personal thing about was like Frank Sinatra or like Johnny Mathis or whatever. So I think of that kind of like they recorded things live back in the day, and they live to tape or whatever. So I thought I'd try that. I'm like, now I want to go on stage. Now I want to go on stage and try it, see what happens. It'd be very interesting doing that. So were you always a guy who performed? Were you just like a person who liked to perform?
Well, like my whole life.
Yeah, were
Like
you,
since I was
were you one of those kids who was like, yeah, I want to perform in front of people, do rap battle offs or sing in front of somebody? Were you one of those kind of kids who was like out there, doing some with the other kids?
Yeah, like I like always kind of dabble with music and stuff, but I did different stuff growing up. Like I was into sports more. Yeah, I was into sports growing up. Um, but yeah, like music was always something that I wanted to do, for sure. Yeah.
Who's you like football?
Um,
Kinda, not really.
yeah.
I was gonna ask you your team was, but you're not. So do you like basketball or baseball better? Is that one of those the ones you like better?
Um, I mean, really, I'll watch any of them. Like these days, I'm more into music, so like I'm not even really watching sports too heavy like that. But yeah, I don't have like a preference really. Yeah, I don't have a preference. Probably like basketball or football, though.
Okay. Any songs of yours? Have there ever been? Have any interesting placement to any of your songs? Any movies, TV shows, reality shows, commercials, anything that your music was placed in that you were like, okay, this is interesting?
Um, Not particularly as far as like any sync things like shows or anything. I definitely have like a lot of things coming out within the next year
Oh, good.
that I think are pretty interesting. But yeah, I don't think nothing that stands out to me right now as far as the like TV.
Yeah, that's very good. That's very good. It's coming for you. I know it's coming for you. I know it's gonna be out there. It's gonna be coming for you. Um, so music is your thing. Music is your life. But bump. Say that. That's your name. Um, is it? Do you? I mean, so do you want to expand out of music, or is music your thing? You're like, that's the thing I want to do. Do you want to do acting or anything? Is there anything you want to do like that, or just you're like, music's my thing. I'm in it. That's life.
No, I want to act for sure. I definitely want to do some acting. Yeah, some fashion stuff. I think music's definitely not the only thing.
It's the only thing, not the end game. It's one of the things. It's one of the things.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of other things I wanna do for sure.
I think you can do it. I think you can do it. What is some advice you would give somebody who says, okay, I want to get in this business. I want to do it. I mean, what from your just experience, your life experiences, what is one thing you would tell people that you wish maybe someone told you or you think they should know if they try to get into this business?
I don't know. I would say like just don't give up. Like don't ever stop. I think if you like believe in yourself and you don't give up, your time will come. And that it's not as overnight as it may look for other people,
It's very true. How long have you been doing this?
Like maybe 8 years.
Yeah. So yeah, right. So it's like it takes time. Just keep. I guess I always say be consistent. Just keep being consistent. Out there.
Always just
Yeah. Always just
keep working.
Keep working. People are still out there. Keep meeting people. Keep saying hi to folks. Because you never know. I tell you, you never know. And people wonder why people are like, well, they're doing this now. Well, they've been doing this for a long time. They've been out there and they stayed on the road. Right? They stayed out there and did it. They keep putting stuff out. And whether 100 people listen to it or 6,000 people listen to it, they still put something out. And that's kind of what the deal is. I know it's tough, and a lot of folks will go, well, 4 people saw that video I made, and they get upset and they stop. It's like, well, don't stop. Like, they could just keep. It's tough. Just keep doing it.
Right. For sure.
Then I always say, all you need is the right pair of eyes to see your work anyway. They could take it to the next level. Just use one set of eyes, or one ear, or one good ear,
Right.
And now I'll take you to the next level too.
No doubt, 100%.
All the time. Well, Lyfe, thank you so much for your time, and I wish you so much more. So I'm following you now on Instagram. I'm gonna follow your career. You're welcome back anytime. If anything new coming out, anything exciting, whether it's acting or music or whatever, or fashion, whatever you're doing. I like to support artists who are out there who are trying to make it happen and do different things. So if you have a new fan,
Thank you. I appreciate you for having me. Thank you, bro.
My pleasure. Can you tell people where they can find you and your music? That's what we're here for. Tell them where they can find you.
Yeah, everything is just at Lyfe Harris or Lyfe Harris on Apple Music, Spotify, LYFEHARRIS.
See, made it easy for you guys out there. I tell people all the time, make it easy. Like me, we're all James Lott Jr.'s are sold at James Lott Jr. everywhere, just everywhere. And on TikTok. Yes, I'm on TikTok too. But you can check me out there doing crazy stuff on there. But it's very simple. But Lyfe Harris, follow him, listen to his music. He also has Lyfe Harris music on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'm there also subscribe to it. The video's up there and it's doing really well too. So go ahead and check it out and see that beautiful background he's at as he's singing as he's talking and singing to this piece that he did, Money Mission Part 2 Unplugged. Everybody, thank you for watching us and listening. Support the arts. The arts are very important. It's just as important as anything else that goes on in our culture. And support artists of color. Do that. Thank you, everybody. Take care. We'll see you next time.